Hey guys, I took time off from my busy schedule to make this movie review while this movie is still relevant. Let me start off by saying I really enjoyed this movie. It was probably the best theater going experience I've ever had. So I would recommend you go see it, even if you give less than a fuck about Godzilla. It's still fun. Just go watch it. Okay, spoilers now. So if you don't want this movie spoiled for you, I recommend you leave right now before I kill you. Before I spoil it. Okay, bye. Check back when you've seen it, please. Thanks. Okay, since my stupid ass has ADHD. Oh, someone texted me. Oh. It was my friend Lou. I went and saw the movie with. Right. Sorry. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, right, Godzilla. Shit. So I'm going to talk about these in chronological order. I don't even know if I'm using that word correctly. Let's start off with the special effects. As the movie started, I was kind of worried that the special effects might be shitty, solely based on, that shot. It's like they took a picture and matted it over like a city. Fuck. However, as the special effects passed, the film eventually As the film passed, the special effects progressively got better, especially around the monster fighting scenes, or just like the monster scenes in general. Yeah, those are pretty good. I can definitely tell that that's where the majority of the budget went. Especially when I'm watching the end credits and the list of people that do CGI is on the screen for like 15 minutes. And the people behind the scenes seem to be really competent in how to make a fucking monster movie. They need to keep the scenes in darkness or low lighting or in shadows just so you can point out imperfections in the CGI. Not only was that a clever decision from a CGI animation standpoint, but it was also a good measure to take when concealing the monster. You can't just have him lurking around, he's fucking huge. So overall, pretty decent special effects except for that fucking scene with the nuclear reactor. Okay, now secondly, let's talk about the story and the cliches. Now, if you've ever seen a big blockbuster Hollywood movie, you know that there's gonna be cliches in each one of them. Such as, you enter the cave, and you think no one's in it, and then you think it's clear to go, and then a rock formation seems to move, and it's actually the monster. Yeah, I saw that coming. I'm actually shocked if people did not see that coming. There's also the cliche of, oh, he's dead. Oh, you think he's dead. He's not dead. Oh, he's getting out. Oh, he died. Oh, he's not dead. Oh, he's actually alive. And then there's the cliche of, oh my god, the monster's about to fucking kill him, and then Godzilla comes in and kills him. Yeah, that happened. Okay, enough of these stupid fucking cliches. Let's get down to the story, please. So the film starts out with Bryan Cranston going to his job in a nuclear factory along with his wife on his birthday. Just to give her that extra emotional feel when she dies and when he dies. And then when other people die. Anyway, he's at work and then he sees these seismic activity waves underground, and then he determines that it's not an earthquake because earthquakes don't move. So I'm assuming it's Godzilla, even though it might be, Megalodon, what was the guy's name? Radon, Mutant, wait, what was his name? Muto, yeah. Sorry, it's like 1:15 in the morning and it's fucking 90 degrees outside. Anyway, the nuclear reactor fucks up, and then his wife dies, and then he puts his hand up to the glass, even though that thing might cut off his hand at any second. He doesn't know how fast that thing's gonna go. Also, they have a kid, and 15 years later, the kid grows up to be like a log, and then his dad is like a crazy conspiracy theorist, but he's right. So is it a theory at that point? I don't give a fuck. Anyway, when his son comes home from military camp or I don't know what war was he fighting, mutant war. Anyway, whatever he comes back from, he's a military man, and he goes home to bang his wife while his daughter's asleep, and then the phone rings and he finds out Bryan Cranston's in Japan, and he went into the quarantine zone, and then after he bails him out of jail, they both go to the quarantine zone, but then they find out there's no radiation. So what happened with that fucking nuclear disaster thing? Did it just break for no reason? Did it just like a beam out of place? Usually when things collapse like that, I expect massive amounts of radiation in hundreds of miles around. Fuck it, who gives a shit? While they're in the quarantine zone, Bryan Cranston finds out there's no actual radiation when the Geiger counter reads 0. So he immediately takes off his mask And the son's like, what the fuck are you doing, Dad? And then he's like, there's no radiation here. But how did he know if the guy who counted him wasn't just fucking up or something? How does he know that he didn't like replace it with like a kitchen clock? And then in the very next shot, his son also takes off the mask. But you know, your dad's like a crazy person, right? Why would you listen to him? Maybe he's just like trying to kill. I don't know. My point is, you shouldn't take off your mask even if you're positive that there's no fucking radiation. You never know. Maybe it's like hiding in a corner somewhere. So they find out they're keeping like a giant egg thing they found in the ground somewhere. For fun. I don't know. It's basically just a plot device so we can have an epic opening for Muto, which I'm fine with because, you know, every time I think about something like that, I remember I'm watching giant fucking monster movie. Oh. Yeah, yeah, nigga. So Muto escapes from his egg and they find out there's another one. And they also find out that they both crave radiation as food. And the whole reason they didn't kill him is because they thought something would go terribly wrong if they released that much radiation. My question is, did they know there was a second Muto? I mean, it's never mentioned. They're just like, oh, there's one in Nevada now. And I'm like, what? Wasn't there just one in Hawaii? That's right, Adam, Hawaii, not Japan. You fucking idiot. Kidding, Adam, I love you, call me. And those are my complaints about the story. Let us now talk about comedic relief. Now, there's a couple really funny scenes in this movie. Scenes such as with the kids watching the news and the mom keeps telling it, go to sleep, time to go to sleep, son, go to fuck to sleep. And like, it shows this epic battle against Muto and Godzilla that we missed. And I started cracking up at that point. Also, near the end of the film, when Muto's about to eat the main character, who I cannot remember his name, when bitch Muto is about to eat Ford, he pulls out his tiny M9 and points it at Muto's face, and I started laughing. Then I think to myself, is that really the time for comic relief? I mean, he should have pointed it at his own head and be prepared to shoot. And then Godzilla kind of startles them with his roar, and then like throws Muto, and then like, you know, and Muto tries to get up, and then he does that epic thing where he just opens his fucking mouth and does that, you know. That would have been good. See, not the time for comic relief there, but you know. So, next topic, acting. Everyone's pretty much great in it. I mean, they're okay. I mean, they're fine, I guess. Except with the kids, they kind of fucking suck. But luckily for us, they were barely in the fucking movie, so yay. Wait a minute, I'm not Jeremy Johns. I should probably get more in depth on that. Bryan Cranston's a great actor, and he's actually one of my favorite actors at this point. He did a great job with Heisenberg in Breaking Bad, so I was excited to see him in this. I knew he was kind of there just to attract people like me. Well, not people like me, but people who like Bryan Cranston. That might bring in a demographic that otherwise does not give a shit about Godzilla. But I was pretty wrong about that. I mean, he did a great job convincing me that he was actually a husband that just lost his wife. And he fit his character very well. I give his performance an A+. However, he dies in the first act.
Oh, spoilers!
As the main character, Freudian slip, penis, fuck. As for Ford, the main character throughout the whole story, the grown-up version of himself did great. And we barely see the kid version, but you know, his character wasn't that fleshed out. However, he did show emotion and the lack of emotion when the script called for it. So I think it was a pretty good choice, but he did kind of remind me of someone else. Oh, god fucking damn it. Let's move on to the directing. As you know, Gareth Evans, Garrick Edwards, Edwin Starr, what? So as some of you know and most of you don't care, Gareth Edwards directed this film. Now I didn't see his last movie, but I heard it was kind of lousy. But he is a very competent director from what I've seen. This film kind of kept reminding me of another film. You know, not a big film, but you know, same kind of premise. You know, giant fucking things trying to destroy the earth. You know, what was that movie called? Transformers. Now, I know what a lot of you were thinking. How dare you compare this fucking movie to that piece of shit, fucking Godzilla. I mean Transformers. No, but seriously, a lot of you are probably gonna hate me for comparing the two. However, I see it as necessary for my review, and if you don't like it, you can go fuck yourself. Thank you kindly. Here we got two movies, both about giant things threatening the Earth, rather threatening the people of Earth. One's directed by a competent director, the other one's directed by Michael Bay. With Godzilla, you have nice long shots of the monsters beating the fuck out of each other. In Transformers, you have a lot of quick cuts with a lot of shaky cam and lens flares covering up what you're being shown. With Godzilla, you have pretty funny and humorous comic relief. With Transformers, you have...
Can you read this?
Read? No, we don't really do much reading. Green. No, green is mine. I call green. I got the green. That hurt, man. It's supposed to hurt. It's an ass kicking.
Name's Willie. Yeah. Say my name. Say my name.
What are you allowing to happen to your foot, you say?
Reese's faithful, Sam.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck am I watching? In Godzilla, you have very good acting from several very good actors. From Transformers, you have Shia LaBeouf and this thing and that thing. So I'm really glad they didn't give this directing job to someone like Michael Bay.
Now, Uva, if this were Michael Bay, and who says it's not, what would you do to him?
Yeah, let's say. Hello, Michael. No, I would like to... Oh, jeez! No, then he's gone.
So what do I think of the movie overall, in a general sense? Well, didn't I just spend the whole time explaining it to you? Why don't you listen to the video, you asshole?